Hello everyone and welcome to Movie Review UK. My name is MJ and today we are going to review Hidden Figures. Yes, I nearly fumbled the intro, but I'm powering on like a trooper. Hidden Figures, this was the first of the Odeon Screen Unseens for 2017. This is where we pay £5 and we get to see an unreleased movie that we don't know what it will be. It's a mystery. So this is Hidden Figures. It's only just come out in America and it comes out in the United Kingdom on the 17th of February, and I had no idea what it was. Much like the subject matter to the movie, I was pretty ignorant to it. The movie revolves around three influential black women who were pivotal in the successes of some NASA space missions around the time of the space race, basically. Hopefully I'm understanding that correctly and I've done a good job to summarise it. Assuming that the space race referred to getting people into space for the first time, the kind of battle with Russia. It's a drama film and it is based on true events, of course, and true characters, and it very much condenses and sums up a couple of years worth of history, and so that means that we get fleeting looks at individual characters and small little bits that perhaps a more standard drama film that isn't perhaps based on true events would spend a little bit more time on. As such, some of the more drama-filled moments don't carry quite the weight or the impact that I would maybe want them to, but they are still quite touching. And indeed, there are a nice selection of characters there and moments to actually enjoy. It is quite jam-packed in that respect. Now, a lot of the movie made me feel somewhat uncomfortable. The history of racism in the United States of America is not something that I'm particularly well versed in. Obviously, I know a small amount about it. It would be incredibly ignorant not to. But to see it on film in this way it's not something I've really seen before, and perhaps that's very ignorant and sad of me. But yeah, very uncomfortable viewing in places. Constant use of the term coloured, and the segregation that happened was made it very difficult to watch and made some of the character interactions disturbing to watch. But of course, this is a piece of history, and so if something makes us feel uncomfortable, maybe that's a good thing. The film's cast is pretty top-notch across the board. Taraji P. Henson plays Katherine Johnson. She is the leading lady and the film opens up with her. She's an incredibly gifted, mathematically minded woman, and much of the story focuses on her, but then her two best friends equally have a decent number of scenes, and they have their own, each of them have their own kind of uprising and fight against racism and inequality. The film has a surprisingly upbeat sense and positivity to it, and in fact one of my more critical aspects and indeed one of the aspects of the film that I find more easy to criticise is the slightly odd tone in some of it. There is a juxtaposition of a very challenging and as I say, uncomfortable scene or idea, combined with jovial, almost slapstick soundtrack and on-screen comedy. And it didn't really work for me, although there is a bit of a payoff in the specific scenes that I'm thinking about. There is an actual payoff towards the end, which somewhat helps to explain it. But during these scenes earlier on in the film, I found them a little bit odd, To put that in context a little bit, it was Catherine having to run a great distance to get to a special toilet or lavatory used only by black people. And they couple her run with this upbeat, jovial rap music. And I just found it very weird at the time. And like I said, there is a payoff, but it's odd. The film does have a couple of stabs at humour throughout, and actually some of them are pretty genuinely amusing. Indeed, one of the opening scenes of the film is an amusing scene. But I think where the film is best is when it is providing that revolution. Is it the black women fighting for black rights and getting it, and that's definitely good, probably, because I'm not racist. I'm not racist before you say. But overall, I think what I found most interesting about the film was the subject matter itself. It was something that I, as I say, was totally ignorant to. I didn't really have much of a clue about the ins and outs of the space race, getting people into space, and this whole period in US history within NASA. Had no idea to it really, so it was really interesting to see all of that, and it was interesting to see just how widespread and unacceptable the levels of racism, segregation, inequality were within the USA. One more thing that I liked about the movie was I kind of got an air of The Big Short from it, in that it didn't overly dumb down the mathematics. This is very advanced mathematics, you know, totally blows the mind when she's actually doing it on the chalkboards. But they don't remove the language of it. They don't montage it. They have full scenes where she's explaining what she's doing, and it works. It just works well. I don't want to be spoon-fed porridge, like sums, number maths. But yeah, but no, I just say it gave the film a little bit of genuinity. And yeah, just overall very solid movie. It's a very interesting subject matter. It's uncomfortable viewings at times. It's funny at times. It's got a lot of drama, and there's some really nice emotional moments and some really nice tender moments. As I say, I just wish it had a little bit more emotional weight and impact behind it, which would have come if it wasn't the type of film that it is. That being said, I did still think it was a really enjoyable movie. I'd give it a high 7 out of 10. Thank you very much for watching Movie Review UK, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. Do let me know in the comments if you are looking forward to the release of Hidden Figures in the UK, or if you're in the USA and you've seen it. And subscribe for more videos.